Hello dear students, welcome to all. Today we are going to start new chapter, that is triangles. And students, this is the first lecture of this chapter triangle, and in this lecture we will discuss about introduction to congruent triangles and sufficient conditions for congruency of triangle, problem based on the side angle congruency criteria. So students, without wasting time, let's start today's lecture. So students, before starting this chapter, let's introduce about this chapter. In this chapter, we study about the congruency of triangle. You have studied about the triangle and their various properties in your earlier classes. In earlier classes, we study about the what is the triangle, and we discuss about the classification of triangle based on the angle and based on the side. And we discuss some properties of triangle such as internal angle sum of triangle, external angle, what is the external angle, and we discuss the properties of external angle, and that is the external angle, measure of external angle is equals to the sum of two opposite internal angle, and we discuss about the sum of exterior angle of triangle. Okay, now in this chapter you will study in detail about the congruency of triangles, some rules of congruency, or we can say that some criteria of congruency, then some more properties of triangles and inequalities of triangles. Okay, in previous class you study about the equality of triangle. Now in this chapter we will discuss about inequality of triangles. Then after this, you have already verified most of these properties in earlier classes, but in this chapter we prove these old properties. Clear? So students, now let's move to the next slide, and in next slide we discuss about the congruency. What is the word meaning of congruency? Congruency is what? The word meaning of congruency is equal. The word meaning of congruency is what? It is equal. So we can say that congruency is what? Equal in all respect or figure whose shape and sizes are both the same. So congruency is what? Equal in all respect or figures whose shape and size are both the same. Or in simple language we can say that two figures are congruent if they are superimposed. So for example, students, if you have two ATMs of same bank, then if you put one ATM to another ATM, then they superimposed each other. So we can say that the shape of both ATMs are congruent. Clear? So now let's discuss about the congruent figures. Which figures are congruent? So in geometry, two figures or object are congruent if they have the same shape and same size. Clear? They have same shape and same size. Clear? Now, in other words, two figures are congruent if they have equal length, width and height. In other words, we can say that two figures called congruent if they have equal length, width and height. Clear? Now, if one has the same shape and size as the mirror image of the other, then we can say that these figures are congruent. Okay, if one has the same shape and the same size as the mirror image of the other, if we say, if we take one ATM and if we take the mirror image of that ATM, then it is exactly same. So we can say that the image and the exact ATM is congruent figure. So students, here in this first point it is clear that if two figures or object are congruent if they have same shape and size. Students, now let's discuss some congruent figures. For example, the first is two circles are congruent if their radius is same. Two circles of same radius are congruent. For example, if this is the circle of radius 5, then if we take another circle of radius 5, then these two circles are congruent to each other. Clear? Now let's take one more example. If you talk about the line segment, then the two line segments are congruent if their length is same. For example, if we have a line segment AB of 10 centimeter, then if you take another line segment whose length is 10 centimeter, then these two are congruent. If we put this line segment on this line, then they are superimposed to each other. Clear? Now, after the line segment, let's talk about the angles. Two angles are congruent if their measure in degree or radian is same. That's all. That means the only requirement for congruent angle is their measure is equal. Okay, it is not necessary that they don't have to point in the same direction. Okay, they don't have to be on similar size line. Clear? For example, there are these two angles. This angle has 110 degree measure and this angle is also 110 degree angle. So we can say that these two angles should be congruent. Either the direction of side rays are different and size are also different, but the measure is same, so we can say that these two angles are congruent to each other. Clear? Now let's take one more example. Here the measure of these two angles are also 42. So we can say that these two angles are congruent to each other. Clear? So I hope you understand about the congruent circle, congruent line segment and congruent angle. So after this, let's move to the next, and the next is, so let's discuss about the congruent triangle when two triangles are congruent. So two triangles are congruent if and only if one of them can made to superimposed on the other so as to cover it exactly. Two triangles are congruent if and only if they are superimposed to each other. Okay, so let's observe this animation. Here we have two triangles, and if we observe here, this is triangle ABC, and if we join these vertices A dash, B dash and C dash, then what will we get? If we join this A dash to A, and after this let's rotate about this side A dash C, then what will we get? Let's see. Now A dash C and AC are joined. Now let's take the reflection of 3D of this triangle, then what will we get? If we take the reflection of this, then what will we get? These two triangles are superimposed. If these two triangles are superimposed, then we can say that triangle ABC and this A dash B dash C are congruent. So students, let's conclude this result with some points. Two triangles, if two triangles ABC and triangle DEF, if two triangles ABC and DEF are congruent, then angle A is equals to angle D. Angle A is equals to what? Angle D. Angle B is equals to angle E. Angle C is equals to angle F. And AB is equal to DE. BC is equal to EF and AC is equal to DF. So we can say that all the corresponding angles and all the corresponding sides are equal for these two triangles. Why? Because we know that congruent figures are those figures which has same shape and same size. Students, here for the figure, shapes can be identified by the angle, or we can say that angles gives the information related to shape of the polygon, or we can say figure. So here we use all the corresponding angles are equal and all the corresponding sides are equal. Clear? Now after this, if two triangle ABC and DEF are congruent, then we write triangle ABC congruent to triangle DEF. This is the sign of congruency. This is what? This is the sign of congruency. This is sign of congruency. Clear? Now we cannot write triangle ABC is congruent to DFE. If triangle ABC is congruent to DEF, then we cannot write triangle ABC congruent to triangle DFE, or triangle ABC is congruent to EDF. because all the vertices should be right in the corresponding way. Clear? If angle A is equal to angle D, and if angle B is equal to angle E, and if angle F is equals to angle C, then the sequence of ABC should be matched with the sequence of DEF. Clear? Now, so it is necessary to write the corresponding of vertices correctly for writing of congruency of triangle in a symbolic form. This is the symbolic form to write the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Clear? Now come to the next point. Hence, we can say that two triangles are congruent if and only if there exists a 1:1 correspondence between their vertices such that their corresponding sides and their corresponding angles of the two triangles are equal. Clear? So this is the summary when two triangles are congruent. Two triangles are congruent if all corresponding angles and all corresponding sides are equal. Okay, so let's conclude this with one example. If we have two triangle A, B and C, clear, and this is another triangle L, M and N. If angle A is equal to angle L, if angle B is equals to angle N, and angle C is equals to angle M. Clear? That means this angle A is equals to what? Angle L, and angle B is equals to angle N. Angle B is equals to angle N, and angle C is equals to angle M. Clear? Now, angle side BC is equals to MN, and side AC is equals to ML, and side AB is equals to NL. Clear? So what we can say here A is equals to L, so we can write triangle A, and here we use triangle L. We have to use corresponding vertices angle B, and corresponding to B we have to write N, and C, and this C is equals to M. Now these two triangles are congruent, then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle L and M. Okay, now by CPCT, what is this CPCT? CPCT is very important term here. CPCT means corresponding part of congruent triangles are equal. By CPCT means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal, means if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle L and M, then we can say that side AB is equals to LN, side BC is equals to NM, and side AC is equals to LM. So we can compare here also. AB is equal to NL, BC is equal to MN, and AC is equal to ML. Clear? And we can also say that angle A is equal to angle L, angle B is equals to angle N, and angle C is equals to angle M. Okay, so to solve the questions of congruency, we have to use this concept by CPCT, that means corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now students, we study that two triangles are congruent if all the corresponding angles are equal and all the corresponding sides are equal. But now we don't require to check all the angles and all the sides, because our mathematicians develop some sufficient criteria to prove the triangles are congruent. So let's discuss about the sufficient criteria to prove the triangles are congruent or not. So the first criteria is sufficient condition, or we can say that sufficient criteria for congruency of triangle. The first is, we use first criteria as an axiom. So this is SAS congruency rule. SAS congruency rule means side angle side congruency rule. So two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angle of the triangle are equal to the two sides and the included angle of the other triangle. Okay, these results cannot be proved with the help of previously known results, and so it is accepted true as an axiom. Students, because we cannot prove this statement with the previous known results, so we can take this statement as axiom. Okay, so this is the axiom, and it is SAS congruency rule. So now students, let's understand this rule by one animation. And this animation is, there are two triangles, triangle LMN and PQR. Here LM is equal to PQ, both are 5 and 5, and these angles are 45 degree. And this side MN is 6 centimeter, and here RQ is also 6 centimeter. If this side, this angle and this side are equal, then these two triangles are congruent by side angle side, because this side and this side, this angle and this angle and this side is equal to this side. So we can say that these two triangles are congruent with the SAS side angle side congruency criteria. So for better understanding, let's understand with let's understand this with some examples. This is first example, and here in the figure OA and OB are equal and OD is equals to OC. We have to show that triangle AOD, triangle BOC, these two triangles are congruent, and we have to prove that AD is parallel to BC. Clear? Now students, if we observe in triangle AOD and triangle BOC, then it is given that AO is equals to OB. AO equals to OB. Clear? Now DO is equal to CO. DO equals to CO. These two are also equal, and it is given that this angle is equals to this angle. That means angle, why these two angles are equal? Because these are the vertically opposite angle. Because these two angles are vertically opposite angle, so we can write angle AOD is equals to angle BOC equals to BOC. This is what? This is side, this is angle, and this is side. So there are two corresponding sides are equal and their included angle is also equal. So we can say that these two triangles, triangle AOD is similar, congruent to triangle BOC by SAS congruency rule. Clear? these two triangles are congruent by SAS congruency rule. Clear? Now by CPCT, CPCT is what? Corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So by CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles, we can say that this angle, that means angle BCO, angle BCO. And students, if we observe this triangle, then BCO should be equals to angle ADO, angle ADO. Clear? Now if two angles are equal, then if we observe here, these two angles are alternate interior angle between line AD and BC. So we can write these angles are alternate interior angles between AD and BC. And if alternate interior angles are equal, then we can say that lines are parallel. So AD is parallel to BC. So now we prove the both parts of this question. In first part we have to prove that triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC, and in second part we have to prove that AD is parallel to BC. Clear? So students, I hope you understand this question. So now after this question, let's move to the next question. And the next question is, in this question it is given that AB is a line segment and line L is the perpendicular bisector. AB is a line segment. This is AB, A and B. This is a line segment. Okay. And L is what? L is the perpendicular bisector. L is what? L is the perpendicular bisector. If it is perpendicular bisector, what it means? It means this angle is 90°, and if this is point O, then AO is equals to OB. Now if a point P lies on L, there is any point P which lies on L, then we have to prove that P is equidistant from A and B. So when we join this A to P and P to B, we have to prove that AP is equal to PB. So first of all we have to write the given part. Given that a line segment AB, we have a line segment AB and L is the perpendicular bisector. L is perpendicular bisector. L is what? L is perpendicular bisector. Clear? And P is a point on L. P is a point on L. Now we have to prove that we have to prove that AP is equal to PB. We have to prove that AP is equals to PB. Clear? Now proof. Students, now we get two triangles. One is AOP and the other is BOP. In triangle AOP and triangle BOP, in these two triangles, AO equal to OB, AO equals to OB. And why these two are equal? Because it is given that L is what? Perpendicular bisector. So it divides AB in two equal parts. So we can write it as given. Now angle AOP equals to angle BOP. Angle BOP, both angles are 90 degree. Clear? Now, if we talk about the OP, this side is in both triangles. So we can write OP is equals to OP because these are the common side. Clear? Now again side angle side. So by side angle side congruency criteria, or we can write rule, triangle AOP, triangle AOP is congruent to triangle BOP. Clear? Now, if these two triangles are congruent, then by CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. We can say that AO equal to BO, it is given, OP is equal to OP, it is common, and AP is equal to BP. AP is equals to BP, and we have to prove this. Okay, so now we prove that the distance of point P is equal to both the points A and B. Clear? Now students, I hope you understand this. So now after this, let's move to the next question, and the next question is, this is our next question. In this, in triangle PQR, PQ equals to QR, PQ and QR are equal, and L, M and N are the midpoints of side PQ, QR and RP. Clear? So first of all, let's draw the diagram for triangle PQR. This is triangle PQ and R. This is triangle PQR. Now, here it is given that L, M, N are the midpoints of side PQ. First of all, this is the midpoint of side PQ. This is L. And the midpoints of side QR is M. And this is the midpoint of PR. It is N. Clear? And if these are the midpoints, then these are the equal. These parts are equal. Now let's join all the midpoints. Let's join all the midpoints. Now students, we have to prove that Ln is equal to Nm. Ln is equal to Mn. So first of all, let's write the given part. What is given? It is given that triangle PQR and LMN are midpoints of sides PQ, QR and RP. Clear? Now we have to prove that, we have to prove that Ln is equal to Mn. Okay, let's construct. We already construct this. Join all the midpoints. Join all the midpoints each other. Now we have to prove that Ln is equal to Mn. Ln is equal to Mn. Ln, where is Ln? This is Ln. This is Ln, and we have to prove that it is equals to Mn. It is equals to Mn. Clear? So now we have to select those triangles which include these two sides. So I observed that these triangles are these two. So let's start the proof. in triangle MRL, MRL, in triangle MRL and triangle NLP, NLP. Clear? Now, students, if we observe this, then what we can say that, first of all, it is given that PQ is equal to QR. PQ is equals to this, PQ is equals to QR. If PQ is equal to PR, if PQ is equal to QR, then we can say that these angles are equal. These angles are equal. So we can write angle RPQ, angle RPQ equals to angle QRP, angle QRP. Okay, now this is the first part. Now students, if we observe these two, then these two triangles, then what we can say that, now if we observe this, if PQR is equal to QR, from there half of the PQ is equals to half of the QR. So half of the PQ is what? Half of the PQ is equal to PL, because L is what? L is the midpoint, and half of the QR we can write MR, because M is what? M is the midpoint. So we can get PL equals to MR. And students, this N is what? N is again midpoint. So we can write NR is equals to PN. NR is equals to PN. Clear? Now students, if we observe that, here what will we get? NR this side is equals to PN, and PL equal to MR. PL this, and this is PL is equals to MR, and this included angle are equal. So we can say that by side angle side congruency criteria, by side angle side congruency criteria, what can we say? Students, if we observe that, we can write MRN in this direction. Triangle MRN is congruent to, here MR is equals to PL. So we start from PL. So in this direction, by this side, by including this angle, we move to this side. So we can say that it is LPN. So it is congruent to triangle LPN. So now these two triangles are equal. Now by CPCT, we can say that corresponding parts are equal. So we can say that MN equals to LN, and we have to prove MN equals to LN. So now we prove that LN equals to MN. Clear? So students, I hope you understand this question. Clear? So now after this, let's move to the next question, and the next question is, this is next question. And students, here in the figure, PQRS is a square. This PQRS is what? This PQRS is square. If this is the square, then we can say that if PQRS is a square, then we can say that PQ is equals to RS, QR equals to RS is equals to PS. Clear? And it is also given that this TSR is equilateral triangle. So we can say that these are also equal. If TSR, if TSR is equilateral triangle, then we can say that TS equals to SR equals to TR. This is equation 2. Now here we have RS and here we have SR. These two sides are equal. So we can say that PQ is equals to QR equals to RS is equals to PS equals to TS equals to TR. These all are equal. Clear? So these all are equal. Now what we have to prove that? We have to prove that PT is equals to QT. So first of all, let's observe in which triangle we have PT and QT. This is PT. This is PT. This side is PT. This is PT. And this is QT. So students, we have to take these two triangles. We have to take these two triangles. This triangle and this triangle. So now in triangle SPT, in triangle SPT and triangle SRQT, in these two triangles, if we observe ST is equal to TR, ST is equals to TR, it is given, and SP is equal to RQ, SP is equals to RQ, it is also given, or we can say that we conclude here by given information. Now this angle is what? This is 90 degree and this is also 90 degree, and if this is equilateral triangle then this is 60 degree and this is also 60 degree. So students, we can say that angle PST, angle PST equals to angle QRT, both are equals because the measure of both angle is equals to 90 plus 60. So now side angle side, so we can say that by side angle side congruency rule, which triangles are congruent? Here ST is equal to TR, this is ST, and we have to include this angle and come to this side. So we can write TSP, triangle TSP congruent to, and ST is equal to which side? TR. So we have to choose this side and come to this included angle and come to this side. So we have to write triangle TRQ. We have to write triangle TRQ. So now students, if these two triangles are congruent, then by CPCT, we can say that TS, TP, this side TP is equals to TQ. So we prove that TP is equal to TQ. So we can say that we prove the first part of this question. Now for second part, students, if these two sides are equal, we have to prove the angle TQR. Here we have angle TQR. In triangle TQR, the value of angle QRT is 150, 90 plus 60, 150, and TQ is equals to QR. So we can say that these two angles are equal. Let these angles are x and x. So we can say that 2x plus 150 is equals to 180 degree. So the value of x is what? 15 degree. So if value of x is 15 degree, then we can say that angle TQR is equals to 15 degree. So students, now we prove the second part of this question, and in second part we have to prove that the value of the measure of angle TQR is 15 degree. Clear? So students, I hope you understand this question. So now, for better understanding, let's discuss one more example, and this example is prove that the medians of the equilateral triangles are equal. We have to prove that medians of the equilateral triangles are equal. And students, we can use this statement as a very important result to solve the questions, to solve objective questions. Now, prove that medians of the equilateral triangle are equal. We know that what is the median? Median is a line segment from the vertex to the opposite side which bisect the opposite side. So first of all, let's draw the equilateral triangle. This is equilateral triangle ABC. Okay. So first of all, let's write the given part of this question. Equilateral triangle ABC. We have equilateral triangle ABC, and AD, BE and CF are medians. Okay. Now we have to prove that AD is equals to BE is equals to CF. Clear? Now let's draw the medians for this. This is median BE. So these two are equal, and the third median is, we know that the medians are concurrent, so let this intersect at this point. Now we have to prove that these three medians are equal. So let's start the proof of this question. If we observe these two triangles, triangle BEC and other triangle is triangle ADC, then what will we get? Let's see. In triangle ADC is equals to, in triangle ADC and triangle BEC, clear? Now in these two triangles, here in ADC, AC is equals to, in BEC it is BC. AC is equals to BC, because if this is equilateral triangle, then we can write AB is equals to BC is equals to AC. Clear? So this is given. Now students, if this is equilateral triangle, then this angle is 60 degree, this angle is 60 degree, and this angle is 60 degree. These angles are 60, 60, 60. So now if we observe the triangle, if we observe the triangle ADC, triangle ADC, in this triangle, angle ACD, angle ACD equals to, in this triangle BEC, in triangle BEC, angle BCE, angle BCE, both are equals to 60 degree. Clear? Now, in triangle ADC, DC is equals to BEC, this EC. Why these are equals? Because all the sides are equal, then half of the sides are also equal. So this is what side angle side criteria. So students, we can say that two corresponding sides are equal and their included angle also equal. So we can say that by side angle side congruency criteria, by side angle side congruency criteria, triangle, which triangle? In triangle ADC, we use AC, then include this angle and come to this. So we can write ACD. ACD is congruent to, it is congruent to in triangle BEC. In triangle BEC, we use BC, then include this angle and come to E. So we can write BCE, triangle BCE. So these two triangles are congruent. Now by CPCT, we can write, by CPCT we can write the AD is equals to BE. AD is equals to BE. So these two medians are equal. Now students, similarly by taking other two triangles such as ADC and ABD, we can prove these two triangles are congruent, and by proving these two triangles congruent, we can conclude the result such as BE is equals to CF and CF is equals to AD. So we can say that, AD is equals to BE is equals to CF. Clear? It is not required to prove all the medians are all the two medians are equal. We can directly conclude by this result, and we can write similarly these two are equal, and by this result we can say that AD is equal to BE and it is equals to CF. So we can say that for equilateral triangle all the medians are equal. So students, I hope you understand all the questions or all the concept in which we discuss in this class. So now we have to finish today's class here, and students, we will continue this chapter in next class with some other congruency criteria. So thank you and have a nice day.